Oh, I'm probably canceling the designations here. I'm trying to designate the spear trap, but it has to be done like menacing, done selecting, and that's it. Another upright spear, menacing spike, done selecting. Okay, that's as much as I can build for the moment. I'll need more menacing spikes. Do I still have my carpenter? That's the question. Yes, I do. My carpenter should not be busy with anything else. It looks like these stones are blocking the site, blocking the construction site. Optimus says hello. Eastrad from Twitch. Yes, hello. I wanted to ask you, why don't you try some other LP? It doesn't have to be Elder Scrolls. There are lots of very good games out there. Yes, I know, like Dwarf Fortress. I was thinking about Pillars of Eternity, because I've never really played these isometric role-playing games. Or I don't know what sort of what sort of games. I really like the Elder Scrolls. Like they they have this superb skill-based character building. It's like not a predetermined role imposing any restrictions on what to wear, what not to wear. So everything's up to you. Garbage dump. I shall probably Actually, bridge spike pit. I have somewhere the bridge spike pit. You say nice game, and I liked your Vanishing of Ethan Carter. You are pretty good at interesting RPG and mystery games. Oh yes, I like these mystery games. Yes. We need to dump all these things here. Oh, my awesome arena, let's play. Yeah, those are the games I keep returning to from time to time. Will it ever be finished? I don't know, man. That's I'll occasionally fire it up again, I guess. Or Monkey Island was still some unfinished business there. Lots of unfinished projects. That's why I would hesitate to start anything new. Oh, Morrowind. I didn't even start that yet. It's been promised since 2012 or something. I don't know. Yeah. Personally, I would love to see your approach to Morrowind. Even I know literally every stone in the game, really. I'm playing it since 2003 and always returning to it. Can't help myself. Maggie's next Let's Play will be Fallout 4 without... end of sarcasm. Okay, every PC I get, there's always Morrowind installed just in case. It was a nice game. I'm wondering what's happening here on this, with this thing. It's not getting linked. Looks like the linking process takes forever. The dwarf gets thirsty, aborts the job, go fetch a drink, and the job is assigned next to the next mechanic dwarf. He gets thirsty, aborts the job. I have no idea what's going on. You say, I'm just hoping that there will be more normal RPGs coming out. You said Pillars of Eternity, good game, like Arcanum, old school style, and like it a lot. I look forward to see you playing it. But as you say, that there are lots of unfinished LP projects on my YouTube channel, which would be nice to see finished. Now we have 2 caged animals. Wild boar. Let's make some military drill. Squad A, B, C, D, G, kill, wild boar, military alert, general military alert, come on, learn your ways. And it's gone. Should be another wild boar somewhere over here. Let's see if they will take the bridge, or whether they will take another way around. Chasing it. Wow, nice chase. Grimrock 2, no, Grimrock 2 is not planned. I just should finish Grimrock 1 first. I somehow gave up on Legends of Grimrock. I don't know. It's I have so little time gaming, you know, when you've got a full-time job. Well, I often don't feel like after 8 or 9 or 10 hours of work sit down and play. I'm very tired. I just want to read something, browse the web and relax. I need some sleep too. And then I have my poker sessions often, and there is like 1, maybe 2 days per week, and those I try to stream only, because by streaming it gives me more time for the game. I don't have to spend time rendering videos, uploading them, describing them. Don't know. But how much did I actually stream in this year's vacation? I had like 3 weeks of vacation. I spent only the first couple of days, maybe 1 week, by being here and playing. I don't even know what did I play, whether I played Kerbal Space Program or other games. Racing games? I don't know. Probably racing. Poker. I played a lot of poker, I remember. Yes, yes. So it was not even streamed. It was my best poker days this year. You wait for the arena finish and Morrowind. You should continue your Let's Plays. Your channel is very interesting in your approach. You should try to stream those games then. Don't tell me about vacation. Why not? What's so wrong about it? Yeah, long forgotten memory. You're probably also a busy man. Okay, so we did the spears, we have the bridge. You were going to play any more Minecraft? Yeah, I was thinking today about Minecraft. Before I fired up Dwarf Fortress, I saw it here on my desktop and I thought, oh, Minecraft. I don't know, you see. Yeah, but I mean, the glory of how is it called, this KF Perrin's Minecraft server are long gone, aren't they? I mean, there are barely any players online there. Optimus says, yes, I work a lot as UI UX designer. Oh, that's great. I admire those people who can think of great user interface and user-friendly designs. You should get hired by Volkswagen, the car company. I keep testing their software in car entertainment on these head units in the cars, and sometimes I think, oh, that's so awful. The menu structure, the navigation, the sort of animation they do. It's so. It makes you it's horrible. I mean, as a user of those, I don't know why is it so. Or you should get hired by Cloud Imperium Games and work for CIG, because they've got extremely horrible user experience, user interfaces. Horrible. Everything looks shiny and holographic, and lots of busy stuff animating around, lots of lines having absolutely no purpose, just to make it look fancy, but the actual usage of that is so horrible. I don't understand why don't they why they feel this need to make it look sci-fi, make it look super exciting, rather than useful. It should be useful in the first priority. Should be usefulness and ease of use, and then it could look cool. Is that actually this user interface, user experience designer? Is that a field of study? Can you scientifically study it somewhere to get a officially acknowledged profession as a UI designer, or do you just start doing it, or read up a couple of books? And build up a portfolio of projects, and then you go from door to door and say, here, I am this one, I do this thing, do you need me? And look for a job like that, or look in an electronic way, like where you have your your professional web page and get references and send your regards, and you suggest yourself to different companies. You have a master degree as a designer, okay, so it's under this general design and specialization in user interface, user experience. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. Not bad. It's a hard job. It's a really, I really like. I mean, I can very much appreciate a well-designed user interface, or a pleasant user experience. It's many companies underestimate the seriousness of this, but it's probably the most crucial thing. I mean, a product can be so ingenious and so technically advanced. If it's not usable, if the users don't like to use it, they won't use it. They will pick another product. So I think that's, yeah, just one of the most crucial things when designing a product, be it a software product or like a virtual product, like a game in-game interface, or hardware product like the knobs and rotary switches on a whatever radio or TV or whatever. It all matters. Optimus says, yes, it's very hard and very brain melting. If you want something done good, and there are a lot of very badly designed things out there, yeah. Sometimes you're probably, I can imagine that with many products there is some sort of already accepted bad designs, like I'm still not sure about the touch keyboard of tablets and phones. I mean, you can sort of type on it, but it's not the best thing. So I would regard that as not the best user interface, but over the years it has become the standard, and by now there are lots of great ways how to improve its badness by intelligent auto corrections, or even skipping it all over and just dictating your text to these sort of devices, speech recognition and stuff. And I think speech recognition overall should be more involved in user interface. I recently find myself using Google Voice more and more often for in all sorts of things. I really like that. You may be aware of Android Auto and what's this other thing? Android Auto and CarPlay. Android Auto is Google's way to get your smartphone connected with the car and control your smartphone from inside the car, from the head unit of the car. And Apple's got CarPlay technology, and both make heavy use of speech recognition. CarPlay has its Siri, and Google has its Google Voice, and it's really baffling how easy and precisely that works. You can almost naturally speak with the Google Voice, like I don't know, navigate to the nearest grocery store. Okay, I'll pick one, or no, the nearest is actually the one. So okay, pick. I don't know, head south on this and this street. So it starts the navigation immediately. I remember before the introduction of these systems into the cars software, it was extremely hard. There were some speech recognition technologies in the car as a additional way of interacting with the system, but it never worked. It's unusable. I don't see people, common day people, sitting down in their car and giving voice commands to their car, even though their car probably has speech recognition system. It's because the car companies did not manage to design a reliably working speech recognition software. It's all very slow. And if you talk to Volkswagen cars, like, I don't know, play next track, then you first have to wait for like 1 or 2 seconds before it even starts up and you get the signal, now you can speak. Then you use your voice command and okay, please wait, because often they have some speech recognition troubles. And then, who do you want to call? What? They want to they misrecognize your voice commands, and so it's totally unusable. So people don't use it. But as I'm testing this Google Voice in the car, it's so amazing. Everything works. I mean, Google has probably outsourced this speech recognition software by, I don't know, so many millions and millions of people and users. So it's got such a precisely fine-tuned tolerance and recognitions of speech that it really works. And it's so easy. It's so easy to talk to your car, like in the Knight Rider movies, David Hasselhoff, these. It really is. Things can be so intelligent nowadays. Well, I mean, they are technically, in the technical sense, not intelligent, but this speech recognition, you can really speak in a natural way to them, and it feels like, I don't know if you've seen this sci-fi movie Her, where the guy has this computer system on his handheld, and he's talking to it naturally, and it does everything we do today: read emails, read news, do this, do that, set up grocery shopping lists and stuff. He even falls in love with this software and regards it as his own girlfriend. That's why the movie is called Her. It's an interesting movie, but the most interesting thing is how is the vision of future, how people could naturally interact with intelligent software via voice. And yeah, why not having something like that? Because this voice control is so perfect, especially if you're driving your car. You need to have your hands on the wheel and your eyes in front. You can't look at any displays or finding knobs and pressing them. No, you just talk. That's the best way to do things. And I feel it's even faster. Like if I now have to set up a kitchen timer for, I don't know, oven or something, microwave. Well, microwave has its timer, but I don't know, for making tea. You dip the tea into the hot water, and you need to pick it up after 4 minutes. So I don't go and set up my timer here with the tipping here and there on icons. I just say Google Voice, set timer for 4 minutes, and say, okay, 4 minutes, starting. And that's it. I mean, it's done in 2 seconds. It's the fastest way. I mean, that's the future of user interface. If you've got a reliable speech recognition and some sort of intelligent syntax parser and language parsing software, then you can make the best user experience there is in such a product. I think that's the future. So, say example, I don't use touch keyboard at all. It does not suit me, but it become widely accepted. Yes, and because it's widely accepted bad design, you as an experienced UI designer are sort of bound to do bad work, because people expect it. People expect to have touch keyboards nowadays, even if it's rather unlucky design. Yeah, there could be something better. Well, anyway, yes. So that as an example of bad, I mean that there may be better examples of bad user interface design than even worse than touch keyboard. I mean, touch keyboard is not that bad. It's probably still better than to have a physical keyboard sticking and being there forever. But I mean, I don't know what sort of other bad design there is. So yes, and you say, Alex says touch keyboard can get really annoying if you have big fingers. Yes, especially on the tablet, it's sort of fine. But I know, like I'm an experienced keyboard typer. I type relatively fast with all 8 fingers or 10 fingers or whatever, 8 fingers typing. And with these touch keyboards, you can't do that, right? You need to use your thumbs somehow, and autocorrect is sometimes annoying, and especially when switching between languages. Oh, as a user designer, if you ever get to design smartphone keyboards and these on-screen keyboards, I as a multilingual person have problem. I mean, there is still, if I'm typing here, I can switch here by long pressing the space bar between languages. If I want to have a Czech keyboard, German keyboard, English keyboard, but this is a global setting. Wherever I change that, it is applied globally through every on-screen keyboard there is. But I have like chats in the Hangouts. I have I have this Czech guy I'm chatting with. I have this English guy. I have this German guy. I have I don't know. I have my streams of posts and comments on Google Plus where I type. So in this environment I type English. With this guy in the chat I type German. With this guy I type Czech. So the language selection on the on-screen keyboard should be context sensitive. So whenever I'm chatting up somebody from my contacts who I use Czech keyboard for, it should be automatically picked as the language of as the language layout of the keyboard, rather than being applied globally, because I constantly need to switch between English, Czech, German. It's sort of annoying there. But it's all the minority of people need this, because usually you live in a monolingual environment. But I guess that's could be an improvement for many multilingual businessmen and people. Anyway, so yeah, I really appreciate good UI and UX job. So what should we do here in Dwarf Fortress? Alex says we need AI like Cortana from Hello. Well, don't you have it in Windows 10, Windows 8, or Microsoft Windows phones? They keep pushing their Cortana speech recognition engine, and they make use of it. I have not tested it how well it works. So far I have got the best experience with Google Voice, but I have talked with a writer, like a hobby book writer, book author, and he says whenever I work on my books, I'm on vacation somewhere and sitting there typing, and sometimes I record ideas. I don't like to type, I like to dictate. So he's got this speech recognition software running on his laptop, and he dictates thoughts and concepts of his stories and characters and whatever he's going to write, and he's like, well, that works very well. But you see it typed on the screen as you dictate. I like it more than typing, because but he's one of the guys who never really learned to type on the keyboard. Like he does this style, right? I don't know. So that for him it's quite good. And he said, well, I don't know why you're so hyped about Google Voice, because for him, he says there are even better things for professionally paid, like a paid and quite expensive speech recognition software for, I don't know, like dictating purposes. I don't know. So maybe there may be even something better than Google Voice. But so far I've got the best experience with it. Yeah. Or Optimus, one other thing which I keep seeing more and more often in software design is that people are forgetting about the old school Windows 3.1 menu navigation. Like look this program. I mean, it's Dwarf Therapist is programmed by amateurs or programmers, and it's many things are very mouse centric. So in Windows 3.11 or in these old Windows things, whenever you had a menu, it had this hotkey where you could press this underlined letter like Alt F for file, and every item had its either keyboard shortcut or underlined hotkeys where you could navigate. So if you want to, I don't know, go to options, the sequence to memorize was Alt F and P, because you did it once and saw these underlined letters. And frequently used commands had even shorter keyboard shortcuts, but basically it was able to navigate through Alt and keys commands through all of the menus. But more often I see something like this. I mean, there is a menu with no active key. I mean, no possibility to navigate there really by being fast. You have to use arrows and this keys. It's like people are forgetting the keyboard navigation through software, and it's all very mouse centric, especially in the Apple community, in the Mac community. They have had their mouses since their beginnings. They actually at one point did want to banish the navigation arrow keyboards from the keyboard. Steve Jobs didn't want users to use them at all. So I mean, they are very mouse-centric, but I'm a keyboard-centric guy. I grew up with DOS and Windows 3.11, and everything had a keyboard shortcut, and I make heavy uses of them. But I often see newer pieces of software programmed by programmers who never really grew up in that environment, who grew with one hand on the mouse, one hand on the keyboard, and they have lots of buttons, and you can't even properly, well, you have a harder time automatizing these programs. If you are writing scripts and automatized scripts, you can't use keyboard shortcuts. You must navigate mouse, and then you are bound to have the windows in precise position and stuff. It makes things all more complicated. Or the super old DOS commands, shortcuts for copy, paste, and insert. No, copy, paste, and cut. Copy was Control Insert, Shift Insert was Insert, and Shift Delete was Cut. But later with Windows 95 or something, it sort of got reassigned to Control Z, Control X, Control C. I mean, there there's an idea behind this, because if you've got your mouse in the right hand, you want some easy shortcut for your left hand to do Control C X Z. That's fine, but me as a left-handed guy, I have my mouse in the left hand, and I really enjoy using these old keyboard shortcuts because they are closer to where I have placed my right hand on the keyboard. But not every piece of software and not every piece of software understands these old shortcuts for copy, paste, and cut, because people no longer know them. So. And I see that in professionally written Adobe software like Adobe Illustrator, you can sort of use Shift Insert for inserting text, but Control Insert doesn't copy anything. Shift Delete doesn't cut. So I keep missing some old. I'm missing a lot of keyboard shortcuts in the software, and I'm more and more I'm missing these old DOS-like copy, cut, paste commands. That's a rant of an old man. There is no place for me in today's software world. People are really forced to use mouse a lot rather than keyboard shortcuts. But that's where I like Star Citizen. They have lots of keyboard shortcuts. They have even so many keys assigned to keyboard shortcuts that it's colliding with other software, like the software for Track IR for this head tracking software, where I occasionally need to recenter things and reset some things too. Yeah, but keyboard shortcuts are a nice thing. All right. And I like Dwarf Fortress. It's full of keyboard shortcuts. Everything has got a keyboard shortcut in Dwarf Fortress. So what will we do here with this fortress? Spears are built. We will need to wait until more of them are there. Yes, I was thinking these stones. We should clear this. We should clear these grounds. Question is how quickly. It should happen over time. I should be probably crafting stone blocks, and I need bins for blocks of stone. We've got our stone block storage here. Oh god, this thing will rot here if nobody takes care of it. Wild boar, mutilated corpse. We need butcher a dead animal. Ixnuk says, I haven't checked Star Citizen progress for a while. I paid for a ship, but it's just taking a while, understandably. Yeah, I mean, there is not much more to see. I mean, recently they have brought out this social module, they call it. It's basically a preview of a station where you will be able to meet and greet and get your jobs, buy your ships, buy your ammo, weapons, whatever, clothes, you go to a bar, contact people. Yeah, some sort of landing station. I streamed it the other day, but I guess nothing really super new. Multi-crew is not in there yet. We hope to see it before the end of the year. Yeah, Alex says I don't understand the UI of. Well, the Dwarf Fortress user interface is really. I mean, it's not bad, but it's such unintuitive, one of a kind user interface that it's basically not documented. You see, people don't know really how to use it, and I don't blame them. I didn't know myself how to use this, but you get used to it. But even within Dwarf Fortress, there are like 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 different sorts of user interface ideas mixed haphazardly throughout the user interface of this game. So for building these items, you use this sort of UI. For building other things, you use this sort of UI. Like for building walls, you have this expanding rectangle design. For building something else, you don't. And for I don't know, for the military and assignment of things, you've got yet another one. And it's lots of different things around in Dwarf Fortress going on. For designating stockpiles and stuff. It's lots of different user interfaces. It takes time, and really you have to bite the bullet until there is probably some sort of a more generalized user interface. It's quite challenging for such a complex game like Dwarf Fortress to design anything. But in order for it to be able, it would need to be abstracted. I mean, the game is integrated into the user interface, and that's bad. That's bad design. Like a game architecture design. If the user interface is part of the game somehow, and if there is no clear distinction between text and object symbols, like you have this piece of wall, but the same symbol is used for the text for the letter capital O. So there is no distinction for this in the game unless it's especially patched somehow. So that's also a bad design. But I'm actually for a user interface, it would need total abstraction. I mean, there has to be this game design, game core, which does all the gaming stuff, and a user interface layer, and links between the user interface and the game core, where you say, okay, the user interface layer says to the game, I just got the command to construct this trap with these trap components on this tile, and the game does it. But how the user interface gathered this information from the user should be completely independent. So in the best possible structure of this, or architectural structure of the game, the users or the fans could design their own user interfaces and just talk to the game core whatever way they like, so that way fans could explore possibilities of making greater design, better user interface design. And there should be another such layer for displaying things. I mean, there is no necessity to display it in a 2D ASCII-like thing like this. The game core could just send information which is to be rendered somehow, and whether players like to play it in this way or in an isometric view or in a 3D engine like Unity or whatever, should be completely up to the rendering layer of the game. And again, here there is lots of room and creativity for modders and fans who like to design rendering engines and stuff. So it should be, the user interface should be abstracted from the game, and the rendering and displaying engine should be abstracted from the game. Both should be linkable to the core, and whatever it should be exchangeable and should be completely modular. that would really allow people and modders to get creative and explore better and user-friendlier ways of user interface and the graphical interface, the display. Last game I saw doing exactly this was Angband. That's where I started. That's where I learned about Dwarf Fortress. Actually, Angband is this. It's a classical roguelike dungeon where you see some sort of, yeah, also ASCII and like even a classical roguelike game. But what these people did was exactly that. They rewrote the code of the game completely, but on the surface nothing has changed. But the game core is now completely separated from the UI, and it does not matter whether you pick this graphical tiles UI or the classical one. Nothing is really hard coded into the game. No part of the UI is hard coded into the game's core, but it's still the case for Dwarf Fortress. And because it's so hard-coded, hardwired with the game's core, people have such hard time designing something better, and things like graphical interface or graphical tiles are quite a heavy hack into the game to make it some sort of, yeah. I mean, it works in the end, but it's I think it's very messy and very deep-rooted hack inside the game. Nagi, I sent you a Dwarf Fortress similar game in June this year on Twitch. Forgot the name. Remember when I tried it? UI was better than Dwarf Fortress. Ah, wait a moment. I still have it written here somewhere. Wasn't it the game I took? I think I took a note. About a game, but it's lost. I don't know. I still admire Dwarf Fortress for its complexity and originality. I mean, I know that there are many Dwarf Fortress derivatives and children in a sense, but I like to stick with the original, really. I'm also lazy learning something new. That's the problem of old people. I mean, the children and young guys have no troubles. Okay, it's something new, no problem, I'll learn it. Oh, is this Maya software? Okay, no problem, I'll learn it. When I look at any sort of software, I say, oh god, it's new. Oh. New brain cells or new things you have to get into your brain. It's strange how old people refuse to learn new things. Well, I'll be no different. I can see me becoming exactly like my father and exactly like the old folks. Ultima ratio regum, yes, oh, yes, but I actually took a look at it, at some screenshots of artifacts. There was this Ultima ratio regum. There were some screenshots of this. Yes. I have looked at this. It's exciting. I don't know what you do, whether you build these fortresses or whether you explore the world. But it looks very nice. But then again, this looks like a is this randomized story, some sort of like Dwarf Fortress, or is this a human designed world and storyline? Procedural generation of coinage and exchange range. Oh, it looks like they're using some generation, procedural generation. Ten-year project. Integrate thematic content on historiography, philosophical idealism, and the rise of modernist grand narratives with deep, complex, and challenging gameplay. Set approximately around the scientific revolution. And they certainly have some randomization going on, as I have read in the development plan. There is some procedural generation, coinage, and exchange rates. It looks like market related. Castle generation. Postdoc fellow in game studies. Vengeance and the Rule of Law in EVE Online. Oh, he's published some papers on EVE Online. That's nice, integrating handmade. The globalized growth of Danmaku games. Culture of high scores and world records. The use of ASCII graphics in roguelikes. Aesthetic nostalgia and semiotic difference. Oh, that's nice. Modeling cultural, religious, and political affiliation in artificial intelligence decision making. He's quite the guy here, I think. The semiotics of the roguelike. Nice. He's seems to be really exploring these things scientifically. Integrating handmade and procedural content. Oh, that's quite a hard thing. I'd love to read this paper, Vengeance and Rule. When I appreciate it when there are scientific works on computer games. I have recently read something about a sociological study. It was also conducted in EVE Online World, I believe, or a World of Warcraft, or some MMO, where the discrepancy between the character gender and the gamer's gender, like how often is the case that a male gamer plays a female character in the game, and I don't know, some implications inside the gaming world. It was like a study paper written on that. I don't quite know the result, but one thing I remembered from it was that there is a surprisingly low number. I expected this to be more or less the common things, because playing female characters seems to be super popular nowadays. So my expectation was that like 40% of the guys are playing female characters in MMOs, but it turned out to be much lower than that, somewhere around 10-15% or something like that. It surprised me really, because I don't know, it's not how I was completely not my feeling, or not my impression. Like following the rule that there are no women in the internet, everybody is a guy. I thought, well, that just can't be, that there are so many female characters in this MMO, but it looks like there really are some female gamers as well active. Okay, so what to do here? Try the game, you won't regret it. Warmly recommend it. The Regum. Okay. Maybe someday. But yeah, it should. I mean, that guy certainly is interesting. I mean, I'd like to. Was the Ultima Regum? What was this? Ratio Regum. What does it even mean? Regum is the like the might, the power, the ruling power, right? Ultima is the last, and ratio. I mean, ratio. There is this ratio between this value and that value. That's sort of ratio, but it must mean something. Ratio, maybe. It shouldn't mean rational. I'm gonna try translate Google. Oh, it says what? Before the storm says. I don't know. It means before the storm. But Regum is the ruling power. Ratio. Oh, ratio. Quantitative relation. So it must be a Latin idiom. Ultima ratio regum. But what does it mean literally? Like going as a language scientist, as a former language scientist, I would be interested in the how this idiom got its meaning from the components, because there is this theory of compositionality of meaning in the semantics. So how exactly did these three words got the meaning of before the storm? And it means it's a fitting game name, isn't it? Before the storm, and he says that the game is ultima ratio regum, the last argument of kings. Last ratio, like argument, rational thinking. Regum of kings is 10-year project. Yeah, but he says it's so maybe the Google Translate before the storm is ill-formed in some way. Last argument of kings, or maybe the last argument of kings in Latin literature has some sort of fantasy trilogy. Oh, it's some fantasy thing. Last argument of kings. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, Google Translate doesn't make sense anymore, because that's what struck me immediately, because there's not this compositionality of meaning before the storm and last argument of kings. Yes, that makes sense. Yes, that's the meaning. Did you play this game, Optimus? I guess I'll need to post it to my Google Plus, because I keep returning occasionally to things which I post on my Google Plus. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I hope I won't forget to sometime play this. You say a little bit, and I liked it a lot. Things that I saw, and I'm going to play it more. The game is very promising, and effort that was put in it. Okay. All right. I can't think of anything to do right now except for keeping the fortress idle. I know that we should probably do some clothes industry. We have a couple of dwarves which have uncovered legs and body parts, so we should try to. Oh yes, actually I have lots of leather here. Make leather trousers, make leather shoes, make leather cloaks, shirts, hoods, gloves, mittens, dresses, robes, togas. It's very unique and very out of that mainstream game. Out of today's mainstream. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Oh, hello, Barkalar. Did you get my message from my poker channel? I typed on your discussion wall there on your YouTube channel. Barkalar Games. I've seen you. I've browsed briefly through it, and it seems like you've built up a nice little imperium of Barkalar Games recently. Seems like you are up for some more gaming projects on your own. And Hungary is here. Hello. I also found a game called Starbound. Starbound? Isn't the game recently advertised on Robert Space Industries? Let me check. I know they advertised. They recently advertised some sort of thing. Everspace. Okay, it wasn't Starbound. It was Everspace. Okay, no. But Starbound. Play Starbound. Story in a sandbox. Oh, it's got nice old school pixely graphics. And it's a platformer, right? Or what is it? We are Chucklefish Studio workings. In Starbound you take the role of a character who's just fled from their home planet only to crash land on another. From there you'll embark through a quest to survive, discover, explore, and fight your way across the infinite universe. Ooh. You encounter procedurally generated creatures, yes, and weapons, yes. Discover populated villages, abandoned temples, explore planets dotted with dungeons, eyeball trees, and... Wait a moment, didn't I see this? I think I saw a Let's Play of Starbound. I watched it. Oh no, that must have been something else. I didn't watch this game. No, it must have been different game I watched. Okay. But it reminded me of I mean the sort of graphics they use reminded me of another game. But what was the name? It was such an old school Viking platformer hack and slash game. You know what? What's the name? Something like Volgar, something like Volgar the Viking. Yeah, Volgar the Viking. This game is so ridiculous. I mean, I did not play it myself, but I very much enjoyed watching watching it being played by a funny guy there on YouTube. It was very entertaining to watch. I mean, he was a sort of a easy to anger, easily annoyed guy, and in this game you die a lot. I think Cynical Total Biscuit, was it? I forgot his name, but hands on. Oh, I don't know which one of the playlists I have watched. It was a complete playthrough, and it was funny to see him curse whenever he died somehow. I don't know which one of them it was really, but it was a fun game. Volgar the Viking, very primitive, very simple, but casual hack and slash platformer. Yeah, I mean it's a casual, very shallow game, but I mean in the very old days all games were like that. I mean there was no computer memory for any deeper games like Dwarf Fortress or Ultima Regum. What was it? Ultima Ratio Regum. So all had to be very simple. Although even then there were exceptions. Yeah, so clothing industry should be taken care of. I'm producing leather. I hope I have a leather worker who is not assigned to any other jobs. Yes, I am. I should toggle his hauling for a moment. It's nothing like it actually. It's like your own space adventure, making your own story, crafting and exploring, building. Really? Oh, that's exciting. That's what I liked about Space Engineers. Also there you just mine your resources and do your own builds. And I liked reassembly. I think I streamed a couple of episodes of reassembly where you have some building parts and you can build spaceships and use them in fights, and the better you build, the more efficient you can fight. Barkalar says, I think I recall some people saying Starbound was similar to Terraria. Okay, well, I don't like Terraria. Well, I mean, I have seen it. Well, I have a little idea of what is it about and how it really plays. Oh, we've got some boars here, so we should probably train them. Remove building, build cage, wild boar cage, and animals. Not tamed. We will need to train them. Select trainer. And Kel Ardesoslan is my animal trainer, isn't he? Yeah. Kel. Let him trade the sows. He's quite skilled at it. Okay. Barkar says, I don't like Terraria either. I don't really have anything against the game. It's just hard for me to really enjoy a sandbox that's 2D. Yes, same. I mean, I really can't complain about things. I mean, I don't hate people who like Terraria, but I mean, there is nothing in it for myself. Well, maybe I just... maybe it's because I'm old and I hate to try out new, unusual things, or like new things I'm skeptic towards. I mean, I have my prejudices, and they just tell me this was something you wouldn't enjoy, so I don't even try. Have you considered the Feed the Bees to give you different Minecraft experience? No, I haven't. I don't even know what it is, Feed the Bees. I mean, I have read it's some sort of a mod, isn't it? But isn't it a very combat-oriented mod? I hate combat in Minecraft, to be honest. I hate combat overall, because I always suck at combat games. One combat game I enjoyed was Budokan, a very old game, or Golden Axe, of course. That was not really a combat game, it was just a... And Prince of Persia, the first. The Prince of Persia was also a combat game, if you want. Feed the Beast is a mod collection that's used on Industry and Magic, yeah. But there is already so much in Minecraft where I just can't keep up with. So many plants you can produce, so many gadgets and worlds from, I don't know, the underworld. I've barely explored the underworld there, the nether and the end world, and all have their materials, and then there's this water world. So many things I haven't done in Minecraft. It makes me want to play Minecraft. Oh, come on. Let's wish this fortress goodbye. We'll play it some other time. I want to fire up Minecraft and take a stroll around in the world and do some mining. Build a small fortress tower where I could live and something like that. Let's keep save the game and wait for the next probably weekend where I would fire it up again. But I will start another stream on KF Perrin's server. I don't even know whether I have the current Minecraft version. So many new things happen all the time there. We should build a Barcalar statue. I'll build a shrine to the godlike Barcalar. I'll build a shrine for the Barcalar cult. The problem is there are no players on the server. I mean, that's will nobody be there to play along. But everything takes so long in Minecraft. How about that boat method audio? Yes, you see, another project, another unfinished project, boat method project. I've seen other people have picked up on it and did their own boat method series because I was not delivering. So they have their boat method read-throughs playlists all over YouTube by now. Yeah, congratulations to them. They've made it. They have the endurance and I'm just a lazy bones who tends to start things and never finish them. I started doing that boat murder during the time where I had no internet. When I moved in first here in Wolfsburg, there was like 2 or 3 weeks where I had absolutely no internet, so I could not even play games, or because I couldn't connect to the Steam and stuff. So only thing I had was offline computer. It's unimaginable today. But what would you do? I mean, how would you spend your free time on a computer offline? Well, by reading, and I read Boat Murder, and I thought, well, I want to be creative. I wanted to be creative, like when I was creating these Let's Plays. It's expression of creativity. Even playing games and streaming it is some sort of creative, or at least for me, it's a way of creatively expressing me, creating things in games. So I wanted to be creative even offline. So then I thought, well, why not read it and do some sort of audio book. Yeah, well, was actually the idea was that it wouldn't be a completely audio book. It would actually be a sort of a video book where you would hear the content read and seeing accompanying pictures of it. A lot of people think it means something, but Barcalar, it's just something my old alcoholic neighbor called me when he had too much to drink. That's a nice story. Barcalar. Nice. I can imagine that. Oh, come on, will it be saved or not? Dwarf Fortress is not responding. I don't like this. Don't you dare to make my save game corrupt. What's your favorite game at the moment? I don't know. I played a lot of Kerbal Space Program there in the previous streams. That is a very nice game. It looks like it crashed, doesn't it? But did it crash while saving or did it crash while while quitting? I don't know. But now it looks like it saved successfully, but just crashed while quitting. So hopefully our game is not affected. I don't know. I used to play Battle Worlds Chronos, but that's like it's a good game, but it's not my super favorite. Kerbal Space Program is very neat. Minecraft. Well, I wanted actually to play Minecraft now. Kerbal Space Program, Universe Sandbox. I have that. Racing is fun. Yeah. My dad was recently saying he visited him and the guy drank about 12 plus beers in one day. Oh, usually one's gut would be burning, but not him. Alright, what now? Should we go for a crazy Minecraft kill of the time? Like a killing time? Killing time in Minecraft? Should we play something more sophisticated like Battle Worlds, some strategy? Or what other games do I have? I don't have much games. Barcalar's games are too hard. This Yalaxor game is so hard for me to play. Yeah, let's take a look at Minecraft. And there was suggestion. Universe Sandbox. Let's take a first look at what is it called? See, there should be a live map. Wow. A lot of things. A lot of new things. My My storage is over here, I think. On this hillside, I believe. How many players are there? 0 players. You see, this is an abandoned server. Oh, damn. Horrible, horrible. That's no fun. You could take a moment and check the Feed the Beast page. No, oh, sorry, I don't like the idea of modding Minecraft. I don't know, guys. It won't be Minecraft stream. I think I will just stop streaming today, and I might read something, or I might come up later online as well. I was thinking about playing some poker tournaments, but maybe I won't even get to it. I mean, I recently started watching esports, and got quite hooked up on watching these StarCraft matches between Europeans and Koreans. They play the game real well, and I have yet to finish watching how the tournament, who won the tournament. I mean, there is last couple of matches I wanted to watch, so I think I'll just retreat, and wanted to read something up on Star Citizen. That's a possible evening stream of today. Star Citizen, doing some work for the Star Citizen wiki, browsing through the Star Citizen lore and updating the wiki a little bit. But I'll take a short break, watch a couple of StarCraft matches, and hang out with you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Why don't you try Ultima Ratio Regum? Free to download. Yeah, maybe another time, okay? Keep reminding me, please. They have a nice landing preview in around universe. Okay, no, sorry, maybe next time. Until then, until later.